Yeah, I'm here today to talk about Loki episode 2. If you saw my previous episode, I called Loki episode 1 awful. And now we're here to episode 2. And I have to say, it wasn't awful, I will say that. But it was boring. It was boring. And I'm going to explain why by discussing the plot. So the episode opens up with one of those reenactment places in Wisconsin. You know, those reenactment conventions about the medieval times. We open up with one that's in Wisconsin, and the TVA is basically there to get the other Loki. Of course, they fail, and then we open up with Loki getting taught by the cartoon clock from episode 1 about how their organization works, and then they get sent immediately, well, the TVA soldiers, they get sent immediately to the Wisconsin medieval reenactment place with Loki, the guy from the first episode who believed in him, and the whole TVA squad. And Loki makes a hypothesis that as soon as you walk out of that door, something bad will happen to you. Of course, they think he's lying. Then they reset the timeline, they leave. Then the guy who believed in Loki in episode 1 puts him to work by doing research on everything. Loki tries to learn everything about the creators or the time protectors, I can't remember who they are, and how the TVA was formed, but we find out those files are classified. Then Loki discovers a theory by looking on a sheet with a bunch of apocalypses. And then Loki walks by the guy who believes in him, shows him the theory. Eventually they go to the apocalypse. I'm not sure which age it was. And they test the theory, and it turns out Loki's theory is right. And basically what the theory is you can appear at any point in the apocalypse or a apocalypse, and the TVA will not detect you, and you could be there all you want. So then Loki and the guy, when they get back, figure out, where would this other Loki go? And they discover the year 2050. So then the guy needs to get approved, and during when he is talking to her, she's like, I believe in you, but I don't believe in him. And of course she approved it anyway. Wow, some boss. So then Loki and the guy basically set up a TVA squad to go to 2050, and they are looking for the other Loki, which it turns out Loki is right, because then the other Loki starts setting up the plan. And during when they're looking for the other Loki possesses people with a power of his, or a power that Loki has, and goes back and forth, back and forth. Eventually, we get to see the new Loki, or the alternate Loki, and it's Lady Loki. Yay, exciting, a woman Loki. I don't know. And apparently this character is real, from what I could tell. But the only problem I have with female Loki in this, why is she blonde? Like, nothing against blondes. Like, I think the whole blonde women are stupid is very ridiculous. I don't agree with that whatsoever. But in the comics, Loki, or female Loki, has black hair like the Loki in this dimension. So why would they have her be blonde? And I've seen the actress, which they could have just like dyed her hair black or something like that. I don't get why they didn't, but yeah, she's blonde. Nothing against blonde women. I just wanted to prove a point. So continuing on, female Loki eventually escapes, and the others from the TVA are trying to rush to the portal, but the other Loki gets there first and the portal closes. And yeah, that's basically the episode. So, not as bad as episode 1, but definitely not a good episode either. I don't know. I don't like this show. Even some friends of mine personally do like this show, or think it's alright at best. Like, I have a friend who liked Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and if you've seen my review on Falcon and the Winter Soldier, you would know how much I did not like that show. So, if you like it, that's fine. There are things we disagree on. Like, there are plenty of things that people hate that I actually personally like. But that's just my perspective. So, what did you guys think of the episode? Tell me in the comments. Have a nice day, guys.